Hi guys! So there wasn't a video on my channel for a very long time, so I wanted to check in. So the reason behind this is that I'm changing jobs, so it's a very stressful period of me. Also, I'm learning Romanian because I have to learn Romanian in order to get a new job. So I'm on full study mode. My weekends are also very busy, and after school, obviously I work as a teacher when I come home. So after school, when I come home, I'm just so exhausted that I go to sleep at least for 1 hour. Okay, so that's the background. But I really wanted to make videos, and obviously I haven't made them in a long time, and this video wouldn't have been born if someone didn't write a message for me, which really was a really good thing, because I was in lack of motivation, and that really uplifted my heart. That's the reason why I'm here. Yeah, to be honest, that's the reason why I'm here. And I didn't want to make so long and so boring video, because I have to cut it, and I don't want it to be so difficult for me, so it's not a makeup video. I wanted to talk a bit about my life, because I think that you can know a person on a more personal level. I want to share myself. Obviously, that's the reason why I did this YouTube channel. On a more personal level with the people who watch me. And I think that a really big part of my identity is a traumatic experience that I had when I was 6 years old. So I dug into it, yeah, really much. And I found this paper. I haven't really looked at it in a really long time. And it says that my accident, if I can call this, was at 28th of July 2001. So at that time I was 6 years old, and I really wanted to cut something with a knife. So that was a small knife, like a pocket knife, and I thought that I could feel a glove. I don't know why I thought that. So I could feel a glove with, I think, blueberries, yeah. So I wanted to feel the fingers of the glove with blueberries, and for that reason I wanted to cut the fingers of the glove. Yeah, but this glove was made of plastic. So these were the kind of gloves that hairdressers use in their salons, because my aunt is a hairdresser, yeah. So I knew these kind of gloves. We had a few at home, and for that, I don't know if I asked her for that glove or there was randomly a glove in our drawer. But so I wanted to cut it, yeah. I had a pocket knife and I started to cut the glove, but as a kid I didn't know, yeah, that it's not that easy, yeah. So I started to pull with a little bit of power in my direction, yeah, and so it didn't work, obviously. But what really happened is that I really pulled at it with that power, and that with that power the knife ended up in my eyes. And so I was really scared, yeah. I told my mom, I remember the same words. I told her, like, "Mommy, I think I cut my eyes," or something like that. Went to the hospital. I was there for nearly a month, and then we went to another hospital. So, and that is a really long story. I got a few serious surgeries, yeah. Used sorry, I don't know how to say, transplant or some kind of lens that they put into my eye in order to see, but they didn't work because it just got infected. Then in the end I lost my sight in my right eye. So it was obviously a really traumatic experience for me as a kid, and then I got into a lot of surgeries, and from the start it just made me feel like I'm not one of the people around me. So it kind of made me feel like I'm different, or I'm not enough, or you know, that kind of mentality you get into, that you have to work harder in order to achieve many things, because people perceive you as not an intruder, but someone who is not as good as them, or not as whole, whole as them. And when I was a kid, you know, my family in a way protected me. So I think that there was a discussion between the teacher and my mom. So she said that I don't really like to talk about it, so my classmates didn't ask. But you know, there were like stuff they said to me when they were mad at me. Obviously kids say a lot of harmful things and angry things and bad things. Yeah, I'm a teacher and I know that they can be very cruel, can be really honest with you if they don't like you. So I got a lot of nice comments like, you are half blind, yeah, which I am, or you're a monster, or you are ugly, or something like that. And when I was in middle school, they also said to me that I'm a witch, that I look also ugly, that I don't know, there was a problem obviously with the way I looked, because they always said that don't look at me like that, or don't look at me. There was a certain girl who said that, don't look at me with those ugly eyes, which really hurt a lot, I'm not gonna lie. So this middle school experience, I don't know about you, but it was a really bad thing for me. But after that, when I got into high school, it was more elevated, I can say, elevated environment. So I got into a really good high school, and people were really nice with me there. So it wasn't an issue because of that. And I also, you know, at that point, I didn't have many friends, so I wanted to make friends with that certain girl. And I don't know why I thought that's a good idea, obviously, because she was kind of energetic person who knows everybody and stuff like that. But I was a little bit introverted that time, but I really wanted to know her. So before that, I invited her into our house and said like, do you want to come over? Do you want to know me better? Or if you have time, because she was really busy, she had to go to social games and stuff like that. And then at one point she asked me with two other girls, maybe they were in a circle and we were in a classroom, that what happened with your eyes. And I said the story, I think a little bit of detail or something like that, I'm not sure how I said the story, but I got different responses, and that really stuck into my head, like, I'm really sad because of that, or you are a very nice person, something like that. And that certain girl whom I wanted to be friends with said with, I don't know, horror, or how I say, with in his eyes, like, oh, that's so disgusting, and with a tone like that. And I was so mortified at that point that it really shocked me, yeah, because I thought that, oh, this girl is very nice and we can be friends and stuff like that. And then when she said that, like, oh, that's so disgusting, it really like hurt a lot. So from that point, I just didn't talk with her. Yeah, I wanted to make friends with her, but that response from her side, which I know some people say it's very dramatic, but to share that experience with someone, you know, you have to have a little bit of trust in people, and in a way I trusted these people with my experience or with my stuff or what I had in my head. And before that I didn't really talk about that experience with others because yeah, in middle school I got bullied, and when I was a kid I also got bullied, so I reached to that point to share my experience with others. But that response was just, oh my gosh, I didn't want to talk about this with anyone anymore. So after that point, that became also my secret. I also, I think, shared it with one girl that I became friends with, really close friends at that time, and I didn't want to talk about that. But nowadays, when I'm in the classroom and stuff like that, kids ask all the time, what happened with your eye, or why is your eye ugly, or what did you do with your eye? At that point you have two options: either you say the truth or either you say something like, oh, I met with a beer. At one point I got just tired, and I'm teaching in this school that I'm going to leave for a year now. And you know, in the first year I didn't say anything special about it, but in the second year, when children ask it all the time, I just said the truth. And although it was a little bit hard for me, I just looked at it as how to say, teaching tool somehow. So I also say to them like, don't use knives around the house. When you use a knife, ask your parent about it. So ask her or him to help you. I don't know, that's all. I also have a problem with it, even if I can say 20 years after, I have a problem with it. I really just you know, realize that someone is really looking into my eye, or paying more attention to my right eye, or just looking at my right eye and didn't ask anything, just, you know, that strange face they make. I still have problem to look into a new person's eye, you know. When I met with somebody, I almost every single time I look away or try to not look at their eyes. And I started, when I realized this, I started to work on that. So I think for years I didn't look in people's eyes because I was afraid what they are gonna tell about me, or how do they react, or what are they gonna ask from me. And when I realized that I didn't look at people's eyes, I miss a lot. Like, I don't see their expressions, and just didn't want to miss this opportunity. Yeah, so I strengthened myself and I said that I have to look into people's eyes, and there is no problem with that, that I don't look the same. If they ask, I don't have to answer. I don't own anyone or an explanation about my life. If they are okay with it, then it's okay for me. If they are not okay with it, that's okay for me. So I only tell my story to those who I have a little bit of trust, or I want to share my story, and I don't tell my story to those who are very nosy, or whom I don't trust at all, or who are very judgy. So I don't like judging people at all. So I tell my story to those whom I feel comfortable with. But sharing yourself on the internet, I really wanted to tell my story because I think you can learn a lot from it. Sorry, my stomach, it's grumbling. And also sharing it makes makes it less you know, hurtful. So I'm in a kind of point where I can tell my story to anyone if they ask, and I really want to move on in a way. So I know that it also takes a lot from you Like one of the things that really bothers me about it is that nowadays, or in the previous year or last year, if I can say, it really started to hurt. I have to take more medicine and different drops and everything, so it started to become painful for me. So after that point I didn't have much pain, if I can say, but waking up to pain and also sleeping with pain, it also just makes makes a difference in your day. So telling someone that it's okay, I don't think that's okay to wake up with pain and to sleep with pain, but as a learning experience and as something that also makes you more compassionate and empathic with others, it has also made me a different person. So I'm very grateful that I could become someone better throughout this experience. I don't recommend it to others. So if you watch this video, I hope that if you have the same problem or you are dealing with the same problems, you don't feel at all alone. So you're not alone. There are people who are also have blinds and who are also have problems on a daily basis, even though we don't speak about that, because when you talk with somebody or look at somebody's face, it's not so obvious that this person obviously has to go through a lot. So if I could say something from my experience, I could say that don't make assumptions about people's lives just because they seem to have a perfect life, seems to have a good job, seems to live in a good environment. They could also have their struggles, and they could also be sad sometimes. So it's okay to grieve, it's okay to feel sad sometimes. It could be painful to you. So there is no right time to say that I'm over it, I'm not bothered by it, because it's affects your day every day. So if you are one in the same situation, I wish you the best, and I wish also my subscribers the best, and see you the next time or the next week. Bye bye bye.